Hello, Buddhas. I was called to this tree last night, actually. It's a beautiful tree by a beautiful pond that you can see here. And there's a very particular reason for that. And that reason is, when I was in high school, I hung out in this neighborhood a lot, and there was a point where I remember I was in a really bad mood. My cat had just passed away, and everything was kind of falling apart in my little high school life, which all seems like complete and utter silliness at this point, but to me at that point it was the end of the world. And I remember standing right where I have the camera now pretty much, and thinking to myself, my past sucks. I'm not benefiting from it. I hate this, I'm not enjoying this. What if I just forgot about it? And in doing so, I just got shouted out at, apparently. The glebe is awesome. In doing so, I kind of made a set point in my life where I decided to completely and utterly just negate my past. Now, I'm not saying that you should do this. This is something that I did, and I have learned a lot since, because I feel like I've been returning to an understanding of what that past actually meant. Not just about forgetting the past, because at that point I took a very hard line. It's like, I don't want to think about the past anymore, it sucks, I'm done with it. But now I'm thinking I'm at a similar set point in my life where I have recognized that dwelling on my past, obsessing over the past, is not serving me. Constantly remembering past scenarios is not serving me. Constantly bringing up old conversations that go in negative directions is not serving me. And so I wanted to share this with you guys so that you could possibly do this for yourselves if that's something that you want to. And it appears that this tree is even marked for death, as a dramatic person would put it. It is dying, it is old, and it is kind of falling apart. It's kind of doing one of those split things. So I understand why they're getting rid of it, but I just needed to come here today in order to get this message documented in this actual spot. Maybe I'll come back when the tree is gone and see what they plant, because we get to choose how we feel. And the way that we feel is fundamentally how we behave around others. And if we are choosing to lament the past and to constantly be obsessed, then we're just going to continue to go down that path, and we're just going to stay stuck and just get older and older and just turn into nothing. Whereas the other option is to acknowledge your past and to work with your past and to understand what you may or may not have learned from that, but to move through it and to build the future that you want, not to build the future that you think you can have because of what you've already done. That, I think, is the biggest message here. Alex in high school had no idea what he was really doing, but he really did benefit from that set point. And it's a memory of my childhood that it's one of those things that sticks. And at this point here, I'm not saying that I'm trying to forget anything that's happened. Actually, remembering the things that have happened just brings a warm, fuzzy feeling to my heart because I know so much from them now. But I wanted to bring this up as something that's an incredible tool that seemed relevant to this stage of the journey and to this episode of this epic series on, well, there's only really one truth, Buddhas. At the end of the day, you are God. Sorry to all the religionists out there that you have stopped watching the video. Well, this doesn't really matter because you're not watching it anymore, but religionist is my new favorite word, and I wanted to share that with all of you because someone who just obsessively follows pagan superstition, that's one crew. They've got their own agenda, and that's fine. But people that actually look into themselves and look into the world around them, that's another. And we're not trying to create a division here, but I am trying to open up the world so that everyone can see the truth that's inside of themselves. And Buddhas, I think that's enough for today because it is starting to kind of rain on us here. If you have any questions, please let me know down in the comments below. I'm going to try and do some photography around here as well, maybe throw some of those into the video. And remember, at the end of the day, Buddhas, the absolute most important thing is to love yourself. Kind of an awkward shot. Let's see, can we get it a bit better?